Impact Wrestling, and a very interesting show. I'm going to make this short because now this is the third time I botched Santana Garrett's name. And I actually got it right. I said Santana. And I thought, wait a minute, that can't be right. Maybe it's Santina. No, it's Santana. And I had to look it up just to make sure. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I am dyslexic. I screw up names. I screw up words. I'm screwed up in the head. It's just, I'm a very functional one, though. This is what you get on my shows. If this is the first time you're tuning in to me, how you doing? If you wonder if I botch, look in the comments. They'll probably tell you I botched my ass off. It's just who I am. But was this a good show? Yes, it actually was. But I don't agree with the beginning and the end. Not because they were both done like garbage. Was because of the timing for both of them. And I'll explain myself after I do everything else. Now, I'm skipping the first match that happened in the beginning of the show, because I'm going to leave that by itself. So, Deonna Purrazzo with Santana Garrett for the ROH title. That's what was decided. Now, for me personally, with Santana Garrett, I had a problem with her. And I think that was the reason why I was botching in the other two videos, was that she's not signed. Look, she's gone to NXT. She's been to Impact before. She was already seen on AEW. And I don't remember if she's been on NWA. I don't think she has. I know she's been to Women of Wrestling, Glow. I think she's been to Shimmer. I can't remember anywhere else. There's probably more than enough places she's been to over the last 13 years. But the thing that gets me is not her father, Kenny G. And I think he worked in WCW. I can't remember where. It's that this girl has not been able to find a permanent place to go. Now, if she decides she doesn't want to go anywhere, that's fine. But if no one signed her and kept her on purpose, it's kind of stupid, because I know she can talk. She's not that bad of a talker. She has a very good look. She's a beautiful woman. And the problem I had with this match was one thing. From what I've seen of Santana Garrett, was one thing. She likes to over-rehearse the match. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, as you guys know, if you've never known, these two wrestlers sit down after they know who's going to win from the booker or creative. They figure out what they want to do. They don't always just go in the ring and just do it. Sometimes they'll sit down and say, look, I want to do this. You want to do that? I want to do that. That's how they do it. And I feel like with Santana, I just feel that she over-rehearses it. And that's why the match in the very beginning felt way too telegraphed. Because it's not about her skill level that was the issue. She was fine. She's got good skill in the ring. She easily is a good wrestler. It's like she overthinks everything and over-rehearses everything and really wants to make it so perfect that she makes it look so fake. When she's not thinking about it so much, and it flows like it did during the middle to the end of the match, is when she works way better. She relaxes, she does her work, and it flows. But in the beginning, she overthinks it, and then she makes it look fake on her part. I'm overthinking this because I want to say it just right. She still wins. Deonna Purrazzo, no problem. Now, Chelsea Green versus a Mickie James with Sienna Evans and Natasha Steelz. The Baliqua girl said at commentary that I win this, I will be the first Afro-Puerto Rican. Really? Look at me. I'm half black. And the black part of me is mixed a lot. Because my mom was very light-skinned when she came out of her mama. So that means she was mixed with white, and there's supposed to be Native American in there, and possibly Chinese. My mama was mixed. I know I'm not pure. And I don't make it always the most important thing of me. But hearing this damn woman say she's a you know what they called? This is something you've never heard. And I'm saying this now. And I'm not saying it because I like the word. I'm not saying it because you're supposed to say it. But growing up in New York, Do you know what they called a half black, half Puerto Rican in this city? And I heard them say it towards me, being half black, half Puerto Rican, a niggerican. It is the most disgusting thing to be using the nigger part for me personally. But seeing her making it so clear that she wants to be so proud of her Afro-Rican blood, she's taking away. That is not the point about her Afro-Rican blood. She should be glad that she is going to get an opportunity at something that normally she would never get, even with all her skill. Okay? She's not a beautiful looking woman. She ain't ugly, but she ain't a beautiful looking woman. Okay? That's the truth. So it's like she's not great looking. She's not very tall. She's dark. A lot of things go against you, at least over the last 10 to 15 years, even though great things have happened. But when you make it so important to say that, that kind of takes away from all the hard work you do. It's not necessary. Not saying that it's not important that there hasn't been a black champion. Fine. A woman of color, fine. That's all you need to say. But honestly, it's not necessary. I know I'm kind of going off on this, and I'm sure not many people are going to agree with me, but I'm just saying, I want to hear Tasha Steelz, not the Afro-Rican woman. I'm just saying. In the end, it was DQ due to the fact of two things. One, due to the fact Chelsea Green, it was a good match. It was a good match. But the problem was that Tasha could not stand that Chelsea Green used her signature move, looked like a cutter. She got mad, grabbed the garbage, and you know that girl is from New York. She don't give a damn. She's going to throw garbage everywhere. She threw it into the damn ring, along with the pail itself, got angry at Chelsea, then had Sienna Evans, I'm about to say Lacey Evans, Sienna Evans wipe her out, and Chelsea Green wins. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean next week we're going to have Scott D'Amore say, hey, because you interfere with the damn match, I'm making it a three-way? You might get that, because I think that's where it's going. Now, if that's the way they're going to set it up, fine. But then it's like, you could have done this like about a week before, and I think it would have been better if it had been a week before now to really make Chelsea feel like something, because if they are going to do it, there's no time for her to really be built up. I'm just saying. Now, the match, OGK versus Swan and Rhino. We still have Heath out because he got himself whooped up. He got his ass whooped. Now, before the match, there was a moment with Bullet Club and I got to bring this up first. No, you know what? The match was good. There was a beatdown. You got Morrissey pretty much getting pissed because he wants his hands on Honor No More. We see before the match the Gresham destroyed by somebody. And then we get the match, which actually wasn't a bad match at all. It was pretty good. In the end, you got... Let me put it to you like this. No matter who was going to win, Honor No More was going to whoop their ass. I don't remember who won. I think Honor No More won. But the point is, even if Swan and Rhino won, they would have got their asses whooped anyway. Then you get Steve Maclin coming out, helping to whoop some ass. He's telling them, let me join you. You don't like me. I don't expect you to like me. You don't have to like me. But I'm telling you right now, you need me. And they take him in because Jonathan Gresham was laid out. Now, of course, you're guessing who I'm guessing laid him out because Scott D'Amore would not let Maclin take the spot of, I'm just saying Josh, because he wanted to take Josh's spot. We'll talk about Josh in a few minutes, but you get my point. That's how it was. I'm just saying. Now, let's go to Violence by Design with the Bullet Club, because Bullet Club comes out, they have their talk, and this pissed me off. It honestly pissed me off. You know why? It wasn't that the segment was too long and the segment sucked. It pissed me off with Jay White talking like this when he could have talked like this the year before last. setting up Chris Bay to make him feel like he was Bullet Club because he didn't feel like Bullet Club. They didn't do a segment in the ring, and Jay White never said that I am leaving you in charge of this fraction of Bullet Club. This part, this little fraction, this little piece of Bullet Club, I'm leaving it to you, Chris Bay, until I come back. He didn't do that. So we see El Fantasmo and Hikuleo, and it felt empty. Empty. It pissed my ass off that Jay White didn't do that back near the end of 2020 to 21. And then when it goes into 21, all the way through, he still didn't come back. Maybe because he couldn't come back in the country. But even so, they couldn't have done some type of recording to make him mean something. And I'm talking about Chris Bay, the guy who ran the faction, the part of Bullet Club for Impact Wrestling. It pissed me off. Was what he said wrong? No. Bullet Club is everywhere. Whenever we establish ourselves, we are the best. Then Violence by Design comes out, and you see pretty much Jay White facing down Eric Young. And the only thing that Jay White didn't talk about was talking about, if you really want to be like Bullet Club, you should have never gone insane. You should have gained your sanity. If he said that, because this is how Eric Young got Violence by Design, that would have really struck a chord even more with the fans in that arena, which the fans weren't that bad, but they weren't that loud either. But you get my point. The segment was very good. I did enjoy it. And the thing about, I believe the Tonga Brothers, that's what I believe they're called. Gorillas of Destiny. I'm sorry, I gotta keep laughing every time I hear Gorillas of Destiny. Until I get it down, because the first time I remembered their names, and every time I hear it, I'm going, really? I know someone explained why they're called the Gorillas of Destiny. I don't give a fuck about that. It still sounds stupid, and it makes me laugh. Now, I'm not taking anything away from them talking, because one of the Tongas, I believe they're both called Tonga, they talk very well. Very well. The guy who spoke was good on the mic, and I enjoyed his work. But the name still makes me laugh. I don't care if you try to explain it again. Why they're called that, you should respect them. I'm going to still laugh my fucking ass off. Please, whenever it hits me and I start laughing, I'm going to laugh. I don't care. Because the Gorillas of Destiny is one of the most stupidest names I've heard. Now, mind you, there have been some people that have the most ridiculous name over the years. It has happened, okay? And I've laughed at them too. It doesn't take anything away from their ring work, their telling a story, them having a great physique, and them truly having charisma out the damn yin-yang. If it still sounds stupid, you're gonna laugh. And these guys make me laugh. But I'm not taking anything away from the Gorillas of Destiny guys who are in it. It's so stupid. But it was a good talk. And the thing that got me once the Good Brothers came out, and once they're trying to tell, look, wherever we've gone, we have always held gold. We have always been great. But then the very member of God spoke and said clearly, one of the reasons why you kept getting championships and always traveling around is because every time you're getting your ass fired. And everyone started cheering for that, which I actually liked quite a lot. They've gone from one promotion to another, winning, but they never stay long. Impact so far, how long are they going to stay? That's what they're trying to say. But he did say this. Clearly, next to them want to do a 6-man tag next week. Once we go to No Surrender, we're going to beat your ass, get the Impact titles, and then the last place you've never been fired, you're about to be fired because we're going to fire your ass from Bullet Club. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It was a good segment. I'm sorry. I'm still going to laugh. It's still funny. I got to laugh. Now, the last match of the night, if I'm forgetting any other matches other than the one I'm going to talk about with Josh, I will say this. I'm going to talk about the ending of the show first. This is about Morrissey versus Myers, no DQ, anything goes, but you still got to do submission and pinfalls in the middle of the ring. VSK got his ass laid out. Ziggler Dice got his ass laid out. And this was about Morrissey getting over as a face. Now, let's make this very clear. Did the crowd go crazy for him near the end of the match? Yes, they did. And it's a good thing. It shows that Impact has booked him well enough that now he's gotten over as a face. He's gotten over. You wouldn't expect him to get over as a face. He has gotten over as a face, and it's done well. In the end, he won the match, putting Morrissey put Myers. First powerbomb, he nailed him. And that's after he was duct taped, got his arm cut open by the trash can, got free because of Myers, and then powerbombed his ass. But then he goes under the ring, gets some thumbtacks, and not only does he powerbomb him from once, he does it twice, he does it 3 times. 4 powerbombs, he wins. Now, Moose comes out, lays him out, then, as you see in my face, he takes a chair, sticks his head into it, then gets another chair and whacks him multiple times to destroy him. Now, for me personally, I want to make this clear. This is where I think the booking of the timing of this was wrong. This should not be 1 week before No Surrender. Because we got one more week and then we got No Surrender. This should have happened 2 weeks ago. It would have been better that he got nailed 2 weeks ago. Then he comes back near next week, and that just shows he's ready for No Surrender. This is too soon, and it looks stupid. Not saying that I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that the entire thing was done incorrectly. It was done fine. It's just that it's 1 week before No Surrender. He gets laid out by Moose with a chair around his neck. Not getting hit once, not getting hit twice. He got hit 3 times. Shouldn't they have done this 3 weeks ago? And then nearly a month later, he finally comes back. People cheer for his ass. There you go. I'm just saying that even if it's let's say it's 3 weeks. So it's 2 weeks ago. And, well, last week he got nailed. This week he's not there. And then he comes back next week. And even though that's rushed, at least it would feel like something. Here, it's rushed. So that makes you feel like Moose is not losing the title because they rushed Morrissey, even though he's over. Now, the final thing of the day, of the night. Well, the beginning of the show with Josh Alexander coming out. People were cheering for him, and he made it very clear he's not happy. He pretty much makes it very clear. Why is Morrissey and Moose getting their options? Why I have not even gotten my rematch clause? He made it very clear. No matter what, I'm facing whoever is done with No Surrender. And the minute he finished saying that, someone comes out that I have not seen in legitimately for at least 1.5 years, near 2 years. And that is Connor of the Ascension. If I'm right, that is Connor. I believe I got a shot. He's in my face. If I don't, sorry. That's Connor. No one has seen Connor in years since, at least maybe 1 year or 2. I'm sure it's been almost 2 years since anyone's seen anybody from the Ascension. At least nearly 1 year or 2. And there he is. Big ass guy. Facing down Josh, who's smaller than him. And Josh is pissed that again someone's thrown in his face for no apparent reason, just to put an obstacle. And not even less than a minute, he calls for a ref. The ref comes out. The match starts. And he puts an ankle lock on Big Con. And he taps. He's in my freaking face. What the fuck was that? Big Connor, jobs his ass off within a minute. Literally, within barely a minute of getting in the damn ring, a ref comes out, a quick fight, and he's done. And then, once that's done, Josh is still angry. He decides to grab him again, try to break his ankle. Then, the ref can't stop him. Security can't stop him. Scott comes out, he shoves him back. And then Scott does what he does. tries to make things right. And I know right now Gettysburg is going like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you Josh is going to turn heel? Wrong, my friend. Josh is still not turning heel. Because even if he turns against Scott, he didn't turn against Scott because he doesn't like anybody. If he turns against Scott and joins Honor No More, not because he's a bad guy, he would join Honor No More because simply Scott D'Amore is the bad guy. So if you think that Josh Alexander is going to be a bad guy and may join Honor No More, you're wrong. If he joins Honor No More, it will be stupid for the simple reason that he's getting screwed by Scott. He was just sent home. He was sent home, removed from No Surrender. He's no longer part of No Surrender. He's not in Team Impact. That's why Macklin got his shot, which it looks like he might have nailed Jonathan Gresham. Maybe. This would make no sense if he joined Honor No More due to the fact of Scott screwing him over, which is obvious. I'm telling you right now, I'm saying this to even my friend Gettysburg. If you believe that Josh Alexander has turned heel now because of what's going on, and he'll probably join Honor No More, you're making the biggest mistake. And this booking would be the worst mistake of Impact Wrestling this year. You want to know why? Here it is. It's simple. If he turned heel, no problem. He should have turned heel weeks ago. That's number one. When he should have never have been able to win against Jonah. He should have got his ass whooped by Jonah, defeated by Jonah, angry at everyone because he wants to blame everybody, and then turn heel after that. It would have been 2 weeks from now. From 2 weeks before. Now, that would have made sense. No, it makes no damn sense for him to turn heel, join Honor No More, or just be a heel, period, because he's being screwed by Scott. Because Scott is the one that's the heel, because the people are cheering, "You suck, Scott." I say it again. You suck, Scott. Why would he turn heel if Scott's the bad guy? If he joins Violence by Design, if he joins Bullet Club, if he joins the one that makes the best sense, Honor No More, he has to do it because he wants to blame everyone, not Scott. Scott is the one that's interfering with this. He sent him home. The only reason that he has so many people coming at him, which is now Big Con, who didn't even get a minute to be on TV. When you got Charlie Haas, when you have Jonah, when you got anyone else, if you want to put in front of him, Scott is the one who did it. Every single time, it's been Scott. Scott's the bad guy. It's now been well defined by the fans who was shown on TV. You suck, Scott. It cannot. He cannot turn heel now. It makes no damn sense for him to turn heel. And if he turns heel and joins one of the factions as part of Impact Wrestling, that will be the worst booking there is. The worst booking. Because if you see this clearly, if Gettysburg is right, and Scott, yes, is the heel, but still, you get Josh Alexander getting so angry at Scott that he decides to go heel and join Honor No More and turns into a heel, what will it mean? It will be the most stupidest booking there is. It makes no sense to turn a good guy who deserves way better into a heel, that this heel would basically, what? Get his fair shot at Scott, who's also a heel? That makes no sense. If Scott was the good guy, and he has been treating him right, then it would make better sense. What, you want WWE booking? Because that's what this is. This would be WWE booking. Because one heel turned a face into a heel. Now these two heels are going to fight one another. That's stupid. That's not real booking. But that's what I'm hoping does not happen. I'm just saying it right now. As long as he doesn't turn into a heel, it makes better sense. If he turns into a heel, the only option he has is not to join the Bullet Club, Violence by Design. It has to be Honor No More. It's the only place he can go. And honestly, would be dumb. That would be the most stupidest booking, because it should have happened weeks ago, and it should have been because of Jonah beating him, and then he would be angry at everyone and blame Scott and everybody. I'm just saying. And I hope you enjoyed the Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. Now, a couple of things. One, I hope you enjoyed the intro. I figured out how to make it be different. Two, I thought that Impact was going to have it this week. I forgot that it's Power Trip. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. If I can, I'm going to watch it and review it. If I don't, I will be working on Hog, House of Glory's pay-per-view that I was going to try and see. If it's not Saturday, it will be Sunday, counting on if I can see Power Trip. And I think I will wait until Saturday to see Power and USA, because I think maybe seeing them together will give me a better perspective. I hope you don't mind that. Peace.